I've always been a big fan of turn-based strategy games, a trait I inherited from my father. Today, we're going to look at my personal favorite, an exciting 4X game put out by Microprose in the days of DOS and 3.5-inch floppies, Master of Magic. What is this? It looks old and dusty. Today you're really digging down to the bottom of the barrel. Actually, the game was complete flop at the time, as the 2 or 3 notable gaming magazines of that day turned up their noses at the game, saying Master of Magic was not Civilizations, did not have the features of Civilizations, did not have the gameplay of Civilizations, and did not have the world building of Civilizations. I knew it was a total flop. One can see that just by looking at the box. And I expect that is exactly what the New Game colonists said and did. Are you mocking me? What good, destructive, malicious gameware ever came out on 3.5-inch floppies? Today, Master of Magic is recognized as one of the games that pioneered the 4X genre, and that Master of Magic was, in its day, pure genius, and well ahead of its time. Among other features, Master of Magic creates random game maps. Not just one map, but maps of 2 parallel worlds, an Earth-like world and a shadow world called the Mirren Plane. King Koopa! What have they done to you? The game allows you to customize your wizard, choosing what schools of magic you belong to. Life, death, chaos, nature, and sorcery. The game even allows you to blend these schools and adjust their levels of power. You then choose from 14 different races, each with unique units. Altogether, the game has thousands of different possible combinations to start out with and play. Wait a minute. All of this is starting to look familiar to me. It should, with blue dragons that breathe lightning, +2 swords, and summoning what can only be described as beholders. It's not hard to see this game's development was influenced by Dungeons & Dragons. Your units even have saving throws. No, this is not what it's reminding me of. Then you must mean the other game called Magic. Yes. But not like today's Magic the Gathering. We need to go back. Lorwyn? No, further. Farther still. Back to a time when blue had a single attack spell. Onslaught. Further. Apocalypse. When there was a global enchantment that countered black spells. Further still. The Dark, when you could freeze the game for as long as you could pay the upkeep. Oh dear, it seems to be rejecting the new implants. Not now, we'll clean that up later. There are a great number of alpha cards suspiciously similar to these spells. Playing Magic the Gathering always made me want to play Master of Magic. Seeing Master of Magic makes me want to play Magic the Gathering. Sure, there are a few differences, like red and green being enemy colors. Given red's general attitude toward land, it's not hard to see why. But the similarities are undeniable. In fact, in 1997, just 3 years after Master of Magic was first released, Microprose got the go-ahead to produce a Magic the Gathering card battle RPG for the computer. And a year after that, Hasbro bought Microprose in its entirety. But Hasbro apparently never noticed this gem. One can only imagine what they could have made if they had. With each new block, they made new monsters, new spells, new heroes, new artifacts, new lands. They already had all the art and everything. It seems like such a natural. Yet, instead, the rights to make a sequel to Master of Magic seem to bounce around from one company to another without anything ever actually materializing. Yes, that's all well and good, but tell me more about this game. During the game, As you gain fame, random heroes seek to join your cause, for which you can create custom weapons and items to power them up. There are 14 opponents, from which the AI randomly selects and equips to battle against you, all of which have varied strategies and personalities. Diplomacy and trading spells with your opponents can be a major factor in the game, and, on the highest difficulty settings, they become unpredictable, allying together and declaring war on you with no provocation. Also, to aid in your gameplay, Master of Magic provides you with a number of charts, graphs, and spreadsheets. Best of all is a feature called Surveyor, which tells you exactly what each terrain square and adjoining squares would mean if you were to build a city there.
What about power? Does this game have any power?
Many different sources. While most of your spell research comes from libraries and universities, your raw magic energy comes primarily from your shrines, temples, and the like. And from melding with nodes.
Nodes?
Take this Chaos node, for example. First I come in and slaughter all the gargoyles living there. Then I claim whatever treasure they had.
Treasure?
Gold, mana, artifacts, prisoners, spells, sometimes even new spellbooks and special abilities. After that, I conjure up a spirit and make it meld itself into the node, becoming one with it, and, as my wizard is connected to the spirit, making him one with it as well, granting me control of all its power. But I have to be able to defend it, lest one of my opponents send their own spirits to steal it away from me.
Give me that!
Hey!
Yes!
That's my game file!
First, I'll cast flight on these warships!
Oh!
And conquer one city after another!
Why didn't I ever think of that?
Then, I'll drop my summoning circle in a newly acquired city and begin summoning the hordes of hell in the middle of their empire!
I should be taking notes.
Death from above! Death from beneath! Death from the seas! I can literally cast Armageddon! Just how many spells are in this game?
Why don't you watch this short montage I put together, illustrating a few of my favorites? That's a lot of spells! Actually, there are many more. For all the modding going on, I'm amazed that nobody is working with Master of Magic.
Immolation!
It's easy to imagine new races and spells,
Warp Lightning!
but with no sequels, expansions, or mods, what we have is all there is.
Disintegrate!
All in all, with its almost unparalleled customizability and depth of play, Master of Magic holds up very well, even 16 years after its release. For fans of the 4X genre, it's a must-play.
I beat all your old scores!
Oh, that's just not fair!